guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be continuing on with Turnabout Samurai. So let's get to it. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. There's the boy! Hello, Judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phil Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call his first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio. See, this here is the employee area. The actors didn't want to of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim Jack Hammer went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So, the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added a weapon. Samurai spear. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security ladies at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security lady officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edward's having a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Winnie Oldbag, dearie. Let's just call them blah 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 blah. I was only leaving the children. I'm just having a call you back Oldbag. Objection! I object to the witness talking to this. Objection sustained. The witness who will favor well will understand. I will just get into the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of murder, someone will have to pass by you. You know you're stuck, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness's testimony. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. poor old Hammer in the West had been doing a one-two there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was one when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate bumped into five. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant? Then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there was a security guard at the gate, no? But the main gate was locked, Siri. You need an employee car key to get in. Right, the car key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the car station? Poor old Hammer and the West had been doing a one-two there since this morning. A one-two? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basic figure out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsals was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room, sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a room 1-2 in the morning, why did you only get there at afternoon? I had some errands to run that morning. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, a serving, you know. A serving? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I only watched Hammer's one-two. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow. Oh, I want to see it still Samurai 1-2 too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us, what happened next? I was at the main gate from dinner to 5. So you were watching there the whole time, no breaks, not even a second? Of course, I am a professor, you know? Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just I've seen you eating those donuts at the guard station yesterday. I should walk the gate and eat the donuts at the same time. Snipper Whapper! Snipper Whapper? Oh, Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So, the witness was on duty till the afternoon the whole time. Very well. The witness was on duty afternoon. Very well. I repeated that because I didn't know if y'all heard me because of there was a little mute I had to do. So, that's okay. What did you see? Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? How did you know that? Oh ho ho, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective hasn't cut out for his job. Poor Detective Gumsuit getting ratted out by a security guard. Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. 2? You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really? You still try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain yourself something. Aren't you like the older? Are you like as old as him? Now, don't get your skinny in the ball and bust. I'll tell you who it was. It was Power, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. I got wax in your ears, Sonny. Look, this is your chance. Yeah, time to prove yourself the secret weapon. I'll say it again, it was him. Nick, doesn't she seem like she's enjoying this a little too much? Windbags love gossiping about other people's misfortunes. Can't she get her own kids somewhere else? Okay. Go to the dialogue. It was Power, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Power's photo, taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios, October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Let me get this straight, oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Power, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the still samurai, the figure of Neo Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that Power, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Still Samurai, but that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Still Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this course is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her oldbag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in the photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? No, the old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edward is surprised? The prosecutor accusing would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed of all of you. Anyways, I showed that photo to the young detective, and he told me this isn't good, any good at evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbags has left me even Edward speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your poop then. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Power trip and fall. He broke one of the props and it was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Power. Happy? So he has sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. The man in the photo. Doing good. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. Whippersnapper! Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I said is on a straight and narrow. Yup. You're the way to think we're winning with Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edward has met his match. That morning during the one-two of the action scene. Who was present at the one-two? Well, let's see. There was Powers, Keys to Steel Samurai, then Toro Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing, just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. But she didn't see the one you did. I saw Power trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai, what a laugh. The Power sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him. Of course. You helped make it better? I kissed him where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke out one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop? Sure did. He had own samurai spear. Samurai spear, the murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear updated court record. Samurai spear, the murder weapon, a break in the staff, had been made with duct tape. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Power's ankle bad and sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went into his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Just a nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is, where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Anyways, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibility, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The fix has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Powers. Hammer, we have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask me twice. Witness account continue. Okay, hang on. Continue. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Witness's account continue. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. too. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave those to the young detective. And then, after some whoopings about it being a secret, how he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer fondness for donuts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking past by him at all. Nobody's suspicious looking? Right. No one else went in there. What about minutes before you got to the car station? You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio has to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Old windbags sure had balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all, or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient! Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. No one out went there! Howard's photo, he dragged with one leg, October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studio. Right, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically take a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records, of course, all security cam data. Oh, you know it. If you wanted to work in the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on a day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order, order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Eh? Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Bill Powers! But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Effie poo, boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Somehow you're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than Mr. Samurai. Well, yes. I suppose you could put it that way. Sigh, I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one more other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't sufficient looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Me too, Maya, me too. Okay, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.